Hello everybody, welcome to Joel the Nose. I want to thank you for joining me today, and I'm going to be doing another review of a Parfums de Marly scent, which I have a number of right now, so I'm kind of working my way through them because I love this house. Anyways, today I'm going to be doing the scent, the fragrance, unisex fragrance by the name of Galloway. This was released actually in 2014. And again, from Parfums de Marly, which, to give a little basic background, Parfums de Marly is a French designer, a French house, which is they're considered a niche designer or niche brand. They're not a typical designer like a classic designer such as a Calvin Klein or a Tom Ford or a department. You find in a department store. This is more of a specialty fragrance, and they have over 30 fragrances in their lineup, and some are released actually this year in 2019. Galloway was released in 2014. Its classification is interesting. I would call it a citrus woodsy. Some people call it oriental. It doesn't really have, I think, an exact classification, but it is a very, actually pretty simple fragrance at its heart. There's not a ton going on in this fragrance, as you'll see as I get to the review here. And actually, I guess let me actually just jump right into the review. This is going to be pretty quick because it's a pretty simple one to do here. It starts out, and I'll actually read the notes. I like to read the notes as shown by the company, just so we have an idea of what we're talking about. They list the top note as pepper. They list the mid notes as iris and orange blossom, and the base notes as amber and musk. So you don't get, more kind of basic than this. And I think this comes through with the fragrance. I will say this. So I've been using, for this one, I have a decant, a sample here that I got from my local perfumery, Osme Perfumery here in Miami. I highly recommend you check them out. Maurice there is an incredible, valuable resource to speak to regarding all things perfume. Anyways, I want to kind of show you this because when you open up the decant and you immediately get a citrusy scent, a citrusy smell. I mean, so when I first put this on this morning, and I opened it up and I started applying it, and I applied it to both sides of my neck. I applied it to the back of my neck because I like to get a trailing scent. And then I put it to the insides of my elbows, and then to the back of my left hand, which I always do. That's like my spot to go to. And I applied it actually about 6 hours ago, and I still still smell it. But what I want to say is when you first smell this, boom, you get that citrusy smell. So that, interesting, I don't get the pepper right away. For me, that top note that you get right there is kind of the irisy, more of the orange blossom. Now, this is not an orange blossom in the typical sense. A couple weeks ago, I reviewed Dilettante by Here on Green, the all-natural perfumer, and that is an orange blossom. That thing is like a fresh explosion of orange in your face, like just squeezing all over you. Amazing. It's like walking through an orange grove during when the orange groves and flowers are blossoming. It's so juicy and amazing. This is, again, this is synthetic, so you get a different impact. And that citrus here, it's a hint of orange, but it's more citrusy. Almost feels like maybe the skin of an orange, not the blossom. And it's just a hint. It's not real citrusy. It's just, a hint there. You can get it, and you can also get the pepper, initially there. And what I would say is after about 20 minutes, literally that quickly, the citrus starts to go away and the iris starts to kick in, which is that kind of powdery smell, which is, very typical among fragrances today, very common. I smell that a lot. I also smelled that a lot in Pegasus, which is also by PDM, Parfums de Marly. So it kind of reminded me of Pegasus after about 20 minutes. And also the pepper kicks in more after that point. The citrus starts to slowly fade away unless you take a really big whiff. Like right at your skin, I could still get some of that citrusy, but it pretty much fades away. And it really kind of kicks into the pepper, the iris, and then the amber and the musk. And now it becomes a very traditional masculine scent. This becomes like something you kind of smell almost all over the place now. I think, unfortunately, even the niche designers like Parfums de Marly, this is kind of smells very typical of a lot of things that are out there on the market. So it doesn't stand out to me. This is something that I will wear again because it's pleasant, it's nice. I am now 6 hours in and it's still going strong all over my body. I got a good projection for about 3 or 4 hours and it's still strong right on my wrist. I mean, so all Parfums de Marly are incredible quality. So you're going to get a great long lasting, probably close to 12 hours by the time it's all said and done. Basically this is, if I had to sum this up, right out of the bottle, right at the top, you get a slight citrus and orange. And then after about a half hour, you're right into the powdery iris, kind of musky scent, which is typical of so many fragrances out there. So is this something I would buy a full bottle of? No. Is this something that I would wear again? Yes, I will absolutely use this decant that I have and I will enjoy it. But this is not something that I think it's going to, go into my long-term collection. I don't think it's going to be a compliment getter. I think it's just a good, safe choice for somebody. Maybe for somebody who wants to experiment into the niche world, this is something you could try. So that's all for today. I hope you liked the review. If you did, please leave comments. I'd love to hear if you've tried this out yourself and what you think about it. If you disagree, agree. If you want to subscribe, I'd really love that. And you can ring the bell so you get notifications of when I produce new content. And I hope you have a great day. This is Joel the Nose, signing off from Miami.